Hello, we start our class today, our meeting again, Rob and Peter. So, Rob, what is in your mind today?
Um, well, it's the first time I've seen you, I think, this year, I think. So yeah, Happy New Year. Um, yeah, I thought we it's the beginning of the year, a lot's happened, and I thought maybe I don't know, this is just a personal thing that I've been dealing with in my kind of personal process, suffering, really suffering, and how there's a need in me to suffer. So suffering is what I know. And there's not really an addiction to it as such, but it's because it's subconscious. It's like a um it, it's like the ego wants to it's what the ego knows.
Hmm.
So it's always going to go back to that place of suffering. It won't stop. Um it won't sign the certificate for its own death. So when you go into the what I've been doing a lot of this technique going into the subconscious. And it's very, very clear that in the subconscious, there's a lot of suffering, and it still wants to play out in day-to-day life, and the ego's addicted to it. Um, and so you sort of come to the conclusion, well, then I am actually genuinely creating my own suffering because there's an awareness of that. And we're very happy to, oh, I've created this, money, I've created this beautiful life, but we don't really want to accept that side of it. And that's been very hard for the last couple of weeks. I've been looking at that and seeing how, accepting that what you don't know, what you literally really you just can't know it because it's subconscious. Nobody, it's completely insane to want to suffer, but it's also completely subconscious. So it's only when you go into that place and you start to see it and to taste it, you start to realize that it's a habit. It's a habit that we still in enjoy is not the word, but because it's familiar to us, it's what we know. We always go back to it because what we know, whatever it is in our life experience, makes us feel safe. So it's always the safety thing and the unknown, and even the unknown to us. I was going in deep enough to say the unknown would be not suffering anymore. That was too scary. So even wanting to awaken when you say, "Oh no, I want to be free, I want to awaken," it's actually a completely false thing you're saying. It's just coming from it's the ego putting on the police uniform to say, "Yeah, yeah," but we don't really want to be free. We're too scared. Or I won't say everybody, but that's my conclusion from the last few days, and I thought I'd mention it to you, yeah, because
And
that's
when
what's been
you
coming up.
when you say you go in there, how do you go? Where's the place where you go? Where do you
Well, the
find
place you
these?
go is into the inquiry technique that we did the other day, and that's what I've been practicing really intensely. And then you go in, well, into the body because it's basically there are two lines. There's the mental line, which will say, um, I want to, obviously I want to stop suffering. But then you go into the body and you find that's completely lie. That's a complete lie. So you've got the mind. The mind is saying one thing, and what the body's truly saying is something completely different, the opposite. And that's where the work is. Otherwise, you're just bypassing.
Yeah. And when you look in your body, where you find this?
In my case, in the lower region, sacral area, in my case, it tends to be there. Shoulders, heart area as well, more and more. It's changed. I've noticed there's been quite a few openings, and it's changed position depending on what the inquiry is. So even like fear of, if I say, uh, it's safe to open my heart. So this would be the mental thing. And then you go into the body. If it's absolutely not safe to be, you can feel it. No, 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 no. It's absolutely terrifying. It's absolutely not safe to be vulnerable. So you go into that side of it, and that's where the cleansing happens and the dissolution happens. Um, it's very strange, and then I don't know. So I've feeling quite sort of empty afterwards. You feel kind of empty. Mm.
Yeah.
So that's been what I've been doing over this sort of up until now, all of January. Yeah. Um, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes feel, but I don't feel much sadness anymore. Only when I was with my mother and we're
Ah,
talking
yeah.
about people who died, then there is a moment of sadness. But in my body, I don't feel so much right now and in disturbances. It's more open field. Um, we can do this meditation actually today because
The
it's a
one that
good
we looked at
introduction
yesterday,
into
the one
open
about
space.
the spine one. Oh, no, no, the other one. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the spine one is another thing. That's what we have to do first alone, right? I start with gate number one. You too?
Yeah, yeah. That would be a good one to do, yeah.
Okay,
So
let's
yeah,
do a little meditation then.
let's do the space one then. Go on then. Okay.
Yeah. So when you look in your body or in yourself, where is the I am presence for you?
I wouldn't say it's in my body. I don't feel it in the body.
But you feel it somewhere, no?
There's no complete awareness of it, but it's very external. The body kind of it arises in it, it seems.
Hmm. And then it's not very far. Can you go inside your head and say, I am here also?
Hmm.
Can you find yourself there?
I can sense an energy, yes.
But can you allow your presence to penetrate the body that you can say, okay, in the head, I am also? Now, penetration is the wrong word. Like it's always there, to just find it.
Yeah.
It's in the space, it's
I
ideal.
can feel it more in my kind of throat. There's a sensation, if it's there's a sensation in the throat, and then there's an opening here.
Yeah. Then say in the throat, I am here.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. You can feel it, yes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so now go 10, 20 centimeters in front of your throat and look for yourself there too. If you find the presence, I am present.
Outside of myself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now you go back into the throat and connect the two spaces, please. Outside and inside your body. One space, one I am. So go back into your throat and ask yourself, I am here also.
Yes.
So you can connect the two. It's like open space. There's no wall. You cannot fence out the space. There's one space only.
Oh.
Can you feel it? Yes?
Yeah, completely. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
So, and then go 10 centimeters behind and look for yourself also. Am I here also behind?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
go back into the center and say, am I here also? And connect the 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
One space, one consciousness. Now go to the left, 10 centimeters, 20 centimeters. Am I here also?
Yeah.
Okay, go back to the center. I am here. I'm here.
Oh, when it comes back into the center, it's wow, nice.
Hmm. And go to the right too, 20
Mhm.
centimeters to the right. Am I here also?
Yeah.
Go back to the center and connect all 5 points. Space of consciousness, outside and inside connected. One space. Now go to the center of the head and ask yourself, am I here also?
Yeah.
And you can go around in the four directions we said in the same time. Am I here around my head also?
My hair on my head. Totally, yeah.
To connect everything. Go to the lower belly and ask yourself, am I here also?
Mm-hmm.
And around it, am I here also?
Okay.
We go to the chair where we sit on, and we imagine all things around us empty. The whole house is empty, and the space can penetrate our per weight, all things easily. So, am I in the chair too?
Yeah.
Mhm. Am I in the ground where I'm sitting on too?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you find yourself there in the ground?
Yeah.
Good. Then let's say in the wall behind me. Am I in the wall behind me?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. And now in the whole house, everything is empty.
Yeah.
Am I everywhere in this house?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So now we can imagine the solar system empty. All planets in the sun are totally empty. Am I here too? Am I bigger than the solar system? Is the solar system in me, but I'm everywhere, inside and outside?
Mm-hmm.
And now we can imagine the whole universe from space-time. Am I here also everywhere?
Yeah.
And we can also integrate all other levels of creation. Am I here also? Everything appears in our own mind. Yeah, and we try to keep this open and come back with open eyes, but we stay in the awareness of spacious awareness.
Very nice.
Hmm. We can also. I'm looking for some hills here to Garraf. We are both in the Barcelona area here, and we can ask ourselves: Can I? The mountains I see, the houses I see, are they already in my mind? And we can invite them in. No, they are already in our mind. Otherwise, we would not see them.
Yeah, that's a
Mm.
nice meditation. That's very nice. Yeah, a lot of opening here around this area. A lot of unblocking of something. Yeah, this is what I feel is maybe this period is the heart. For me personally, it seems.
You mean a heart opening period?
Mm.
Mm.
A lot of physical movement and a lot of, don't know. Yeah, heart and throat.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we have to speak out the truth and also show compassion, no?
Yeah, but the problem with the truth thing is I've been kind of this is another thing that I've noticed in the lack of authenticity in my relationships with certain friends, with just because everything's based on keeping yourself safe. So
Mm.
were you bullied as a kid?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. So it seems like I think I learned quite young how to try and keep everybody happy or keep, again,
Mm.
it's just survival. I've noticed that there's a lack of authenticity. One of my friends, he's not speaking to me now because
Mm.
I was perhaps too blunt or too, yeah, too honest with him. And it's quite, again, that's quite scary because if you spent your life people pleasing
Mm.
and then you lose somebody because you made them feel vulnerable, and I
Mm.
didn't keep him safe because of the way I expressed something.
Yeah.
So there's like, wow,
Interesting. Yeah.
but I was just being honest. I was being completely honest about something. And so then there's sort of the subsequent process for me is being, God, I shouldn't have said that. I've lost a friend. I've hurt his feelings. Da da da. And then this whole kind of like
Yeah.
beating yourself up. It's a fascinating experience. I feel really humbled that this whole experience has been just. I feel like I've done nothing in terms of spiritual seeking. It's sort of like I feel like completely like that. Not a, that wasn't a waste of time. It was completely necessary, but I just feel sort of, yeah, like it's not particularly interesting to me anymore, any of that.
Yeah.
It's quite strange.
It could be that you think, oh, I achieved almost nothing and it's the beginning of the way, but it could be also almost the end of the way.
Yeah, it could be some form of bypassing, it could be some kind of letting something go. I don't know. Could be rejection, could be anger. Oh, fuck all that effort I made and I all those mar I'm because I'm wondering if I'm going to start getting angry with the teachers soon. That hasn't happened yet, but
With the
um
teachers.
with the te maybe with my teachers, all the teachers I've had over the years.
Yeah.
Because we've all been promised stuff, you sit with the emotion and you just watch it, you let it pass. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then you start to realize that a lot of the teachers are perhaps repressing emotions as well, or bypassing as well. I don't know because I can't speak for teachers' realizations, but I don't know that so I'm thinking, I'm wondering if I'm going to get really angry at some point with them. I don't think so, but
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm.
It's very strange. I feel very, very peaceful peaceful and not peaceful because even the being peaceful was a bypass in a sense. So even like it feels like I need to get angry. I need to feel the hurt. I need to not in a horrible way to anyone else, but it's not just about being it's peaceful play. No. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
don't know. I think spirituality is going into a new phase.
Yeah. Now we had a lot of dreams in the end of the 80s and beginning of the 90s when the wall came down and saw these mountains of spiritual literature. And at that time they promised much more than now. They're still promising a lot. But yeah, we worked our way to it. But interesting would be to see how different we are, no? How much we really achieved.
Yeah, I suppose if you went back to the beginning, you would feel like a completely different person, but because it's a
Mm.
incremental kind of process, you don't notice the changes from day to day, maybe. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. I can't, yeah,
Now, I was in a community which with a lot of light, Course in Miracles and whatever, and landing as a human being was not part of that
yeah.
mythology of the teaching. It was just I don't know about you guys, I'm going home. So guys like Josh and
Yeah.
others.
See, yeah, thanks for coming. See you. Good luck with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm gone.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think that was certainly what the movements I've been involved in were fairly based on that. None of them really. No, there was a little bit in India with the a little bit of integration and a little bit of There's quite a lot of ancestral work, so that was. But there's nothing on the idea of repressing feelings, repressed feelings, emotions. Not too much on that. Um, and I think it depends on the kind of person. And we're quite similar in that we don't really want to be here.
Mm.
My battle is now that I'm just absolutely accept, or I'm in the process of that being my focus now, just being because what I said earlier before we came on this message was you don't need to do the heavy lifting anymore. That's all done. Your only job is to be present, but present in the body, present in in the integration of what you've learned. Um,
Yeah, can you repeat this for this is like biblical a little bit, 144,000. What did you hear?
no, it was something like the 144,000. You know the story of the
No,
144,000.
this is from the Bible, it's from the Revelation
Yeah,
of
yeah.
John.
So then they were saying like a lot of people are talking about the 144,000, but in reality it's a lot more now because it's not even a thing. It's just it's just symbolism in, linguistic
Mm.
symbolism. And they're saying that the 144,000 that were holding down that energy for so long that because it was they basically were saying that, if you think back to like not that long ago, medieval times, how much trauma was on the planet. And they were saying that literally people was so everything was based on survival. Probably even, as recent as the First World War in Europe. Um, even those periods, people have been on survival mode, so they weren't even thinking about dealing with trauma. There was no space
Mm.
for dealing with trauma and repressed emotions. It was literal survival, and the density of the energy on the planet at that time was being held down by 144,000 or an energy or whatever. And they're saying that right now that's just grown exponentially and it's just safe to let go. And the only thing you need to do is just to be present, root root the energy in the body, go into the root of the repression, go into the root of the suffering and just let it dissolve. And that's really it. Um,
But you said hold down somehow the energy. You mean
well, they were saying
144,000?
they were basically saying the message was, as I understood it, was they were saying that for a period, the 144,000 or this group of energy group has been working really, really hard
To keep the
to
energy of
keep
it.
the energy to anchor it. But now it's not necessary because
Yeah,
the energy's there now.
yeah,
And in the end, the presence is already in us. So now it's just polishing the mirror, keep cleaning the mirror, keep cleaning the mirror. You don't need to go outside to get it. It's just remove like what we did today with the meditation. There's a little bit more
yeah. Mm.
cleaning, a little bit more opening, a bit more expansion, and yeah. But just relax now, really just relax.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in the news, don't get caught up in what you're seeing outside. Don't, you know. Um, Another thing I've been working on is with, addiction to devices and this need to always be scrolling,
Mm.
And again, that's built into the fear of not wanting to be in the moment. It's built into the fear of not wanting to be free.
Mm.
Really, don't want to be free. I want to, yeah. There's a sort of
Interesting, yeah.
lack of authenticity. I don't know. It's the ego protecting itself. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's the ego wanting the game to carry on.
Yeah. But there's a part in us who is tired of this, right?
Mm, yeah.
And maybe there's always the thought where we have the in a thought is flying by, that we have the moment to bite into it or let it go, no? Like the offering of the ego.
Well, also that we've been extremely well trained into believing that, in time, in time, we've been trained in society to believe in effort. Things take time. Progress doesn't happen overnight. So we've bought into that, and we bought into that in our own spiritual paths as
Mm.
well.
Yeah,
And that's not the case. But because we're so well trained, we're so,
yeah, yeah. I think if we don't have much more to talk about, we'll see what the new year brings. And we have to
yeah,
stay centered and open in the same time, no?
open and centered. Yeah. And watch that you're not sabotaging, and watch that you're not, because a lot of the other thing is that I've been seeing in myself is this, by doing this technique particularly, is the not falling into the trap of wanting to get rid of things.
Hmm.
Because if you, oh, I want, I know, no, no. So I don't need to get rid of this.
Yeah.
I need to be open with what is. Because if I'm in the game of trying to get rid of things again, and I'll just get one more blockage, and I'll get this chakra open, and then and that's a very, very easy trap to fall into,
Hmm.
because it's about being open, like you say, staying open with whatever shows up,
Hmm.
and that not pulling you out, which has always been the same message, really. But it's probably, I suppose it will always be the same message.
Yeah. So we keep doing our work, and when we have questions or want to retreat, we are here to assist you. Thank you for listening, and until next time. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.